The Cleveland Cavaliers were a team that fell apart right after LeBron James left them, and I think that's very understandable as he was obviously their franchise player. Even before LeBron James actually rejoined the Cleveland Cavaliers, they were a joke even though they had players like Kyrie Irving. And to no one's surprise, as soon as LeBron left again, the Cleveland Cavaliers were in shambles even though they did improve. However, this season has been very much different for the Cavs, and to some people, this is a playoff team that could do some damage in the East, and I'm one of those people. It seemed like this team came out of nowhere, which you could make the argument that they did come out of nowhere, but they made some moves that were very small, especially yesterday in the trade deadline, that I definitely think is going to be able to help this team in the future. And to no one's surprise, no one's really discussing the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers just became a top team in the East, and we're kind of just underwhelming them, because when I look at this team, I definitely do see some similarities to some of the top teams in the East. Of course, before I get into the content, if you guys to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for your notifications on. I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, and your subscription would be greatly appreciated. Before I actually talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, I was just on a podcast, the Real Ones Basketball Podcast. I had a dope conversation with these guys. We talked for about an hour, and I'd very much appreciate if you did check out the podcast. The link will be in the description below. It's on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the video. I think it's no secret one of the reasons why the Cavs have been so damn dominant is because of Darius Garland, who is an NBA All-Star this year. And I actually did have plans to make a video just about Darius Garland, but I'm not going to do that because I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers, like them being really good as a whole, is something more that I just wanted to talk about. Now, I'm not saying Darius Garland is the only reason why the Cleveland Cavaliers have been successful, but I will say for the fact of the matter is that he's been very dominant for them. And I'm glad he made the NBA All-Star game because the East had a lot of talented guards, and to be honest, I'm glad that he's finally getting his flowers. Now, what you guys probably had no idea is that the Eastern Conference right now is wide open because the Brooklyn Nets have been struggling, and there's no sign that they're going to come back at all to being one of the best teams. But the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference, in the Miami Heat, Chicago Bulls, Milwaukee Bucks, and the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are sitting at 4th, are all either one game or half a game away. So if the Heat were to lose their next game, they could literally lose the number 1 seed to any team in that 4-team bubble. And don't get it twisted, the Philadelphia 76ers are about a game and a half away, so at this point the 1 seed is literally anyone's at this point. And with the way this roster is built, I think damn near that the Cleveland Cavaliers could take the 1 seed, and I think they actually have been the 1 seed at one point. Now, I tell you guys about my good takes and my bad takes, and I gotta say, I'm someone that wasn't really fond of Jarrett Allen. I was someone that was saying that I didn't think he deserved that contract extension, I didn't think he was that good, I thought he was overrated, but I gotta say, Jarrett Allen is one of the best players on that team. And I would say the only real reason why I even said that was because they got Evan Mobley, and everyone knew they were going to get Evan Mobley, and to be honest, if I was in their situation, I would have done the same thing. He was easily one of the best players of that draft. Yes, we're definitely going to be talking about Evan Mobley in this video, but to me, I just didn't see a reason for keeping Jarrett Allen around because I thought, okay, you could run Mobley at the 5, or you could find literally any other center in the world. In fact, some people like to make the argument that Jarrett Allen should have been an all-star. I'm not exactly on that train necessarily, but I do think he's a talented player, and I think he's obviously one of the reasons why this team is currently 3rd in the NBA in defensive net rating. The man is also having a career year, averaging 16 and 11, which are both career highs for Jarrett Allen at this point, which you love to see. Now, just like all contenders, the Cleveland Cavaliers have depth, which I think is very important if you want to have a good team. I also think we need to discuss the trade that happened yesterday where the Cleveland Cavaliers got rid of Ricky Rubio, and in exchange they got Caris LeVert. See, I don't think we're really talking about how good this trade is because I think this made the Cleveland Cavaliers somehow even better than they already were. In fact, compared to most NBA teams, I would argue they have the most complete lineup in the NBA. Other than maybe the Phoenix Suns and maybe the Warriors, I would honestly give them that title. Darius Garland and Caris LeVert is going to be an amazing backcourt, and having a frontcourt of Larry Markkanen, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen is not that bad, to be honest. I also do want to mention that I think Kevin Love should definitely be getting some considerations for 6th Man of the Year because this man's been doing really well ever since going on the bench. Rajon Rondo and Isaiah Koru are definitely going to be some guys on the bench that I also mess with, including Cedi Osman, who I think is kind of underrated. Most people, it's no secret that Evan Mobley's probably going to win Rookie of the Year, and he's fully deserving of it. I feel like he really impacted the team, and I have to say that I think he's one of the reasons why the Cavs were able to come out of their shell. The man is averaging 15 and 8 on 50% shooting, and he's playing power forward, not center, which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think the Cavs were were going to do, because obviously positionless basketball is a thing, but I always just thought that Evan Mobley was a center. I also remember the fact that Bobo was somehow a power forward when that man is not a power forward. Now, some people say that this team could lose in the first round of the playoffs, and I realistically don't know about that. In fact, even though they are the 4 seed, and I did say the fact that they could honestly be a 1 seed within tomorrow, I don't see that many teams that could beat them, at least in the Eastern Conference. I guess you could say the argument that, oh, they don't have that much playoff experience, but let's look at the fact that the Phoenix Suns were in the same boat last year, and I think I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't say that, because me and most Phoenix Suns fans did not care that they didn't have that much playoff experience other than Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, who were both easily the oldest players on that team. I think what's scarier is that they still don't have Colin Sexton, who is supposed to be out for the rest of the season. For the Cavs, I'm hoping maybe there's a chance that maybe Colin Sexton could come back in the first or second round, because I feel like a lot of people forgot who that man even was. Also, can we just talk about the fact that the Cleveland Cavaliers had to play the Indiana Pacers on the same day where Caris LeVert got traded? I think what would have made it funnier if they would have traded him like mid-game, which has happened and is very disrespectful, but not necessarily to the team that you're playing. All jokes aside, I think Caris LeVert was the perfect pickup that the Cleveland Cavaliers needed. He's a good shooting guard, and I know why Indiana got rid of him, because apparently they're trying to rebuild and everyone's on the trade block, but the man is so damn talented. Also, fun fact, Caris LeVert is from Cleveland, so he's going to be going back to his hometown, which I think is pretty cool. Like I said, I think it's a very weird situation that they were just able to trade that player within hours of them playing. Like, you know, you could have made the trade like the next day or maybe the day before. But Cleveland has all the tools that they could use. They have a really good front court and back court. They have a really good defense, which is a top 5 defense. You got 2 all-star caliber players in Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen. They have a rookie of the year who is definitely going to be a superstar in the NBA in years to come, who is Evan Mobley. I like this team. I like the way they were built. Now, I've seen videos of people saying that this is a future super team, and I'm kind of on the situation because, yeah, they have really good talent like Caris LeVert and Darius Garland and all these other guys, but at the same time, they could definitely get a better small forward. I'm not saying Larry Markin is bad necessarily, and he's pretty good at his position, but I just think they could do better. But one of the more important reasons why people are even bringing this up is because of the fact that maybe LeBron James could come back in the future. It should be kind of dope at the same time, but we have heard things that, oh, that LeBron James is going to be going to Bronny James's team, which is something I called out years ago. So with the way the team is being built right now, there's no way that they're going to get a #1 overall pick. In fact, they're going to be a continued playoff team. Let's just assume that Bronny James is going to stay as a guard, even though he's probably going to end up being around 6'8", maybe even like 6'9". Realistically, I think if they could trade like Darius Garland, who is a very valuable player, but you also have to remember that there's a very good chance you're getting LeBron James and his kid. I knew LeBron's going to be damn near 40, and Bronny James is not looking like the best prospect right now. I'm not saying he's not good. I definitely think he's going to get better, and as the years go on, he's going to eventually develop. But I saw someone on Twitter say that this is going to be one of the most valuable draft picks in a while, and I think that's very realistically true. Now, the price that LeBron James could want to sign in free agency is very up in the air right now. I mean, he has said that he does want to play with his kid, and maybe he'd sacrifice for that. Of course, this is all just a thought, and nothing is guaranteed. With all that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys leave a like on this and subscribe to the channel if you're new and notifications on. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Take care. Peace.